wherever you are in the world. Welcome to round 4 of non-label racing. We are here in the street circuit of Baku, so where it was a nice slogan of street fighters, wasn't it? When F1 was around here a couple of weeks ago now, wasn't it? Well, no, wasn't it? It was a couple of months ago. I can't believe how quickly the actual season is flying by. So so we are here tonight, as we said, on round 4 here in Azerbaijan. Then I'm really looking forward to what could potentially be an absolutely outstanding race. So Baku has only been on the calendar for a couple of years. So 2016 was the first race here. I must admit, the first season wasn't exactly set on fire, was it, in terms of the quality of racing. I think that race was only probably remembered for Hamilton struggling to get his engine back into the correct mode, wasn't it, really? Apart from that, 2017, absolutely epic race, wasn't it? Where I was going to say Schumacher, where Vettel and Hamilton came together, didn't they? Of course, in turn 15. So that was a return for the books, wasn't it? Of course, I think in the end, of course, a young Australian man by the name of Daniel Ricciardo took the checker flag there, fighting absolutely cracking style. I think his triple overtake down in turn 1 was absolutely stunning, wasn't it? Absolutely stunning indeed. And in 2018, of course, fairly well, that was a cracking race in itself, wasn't it? 2018. I think Bottas was leading, wasn't it, with a couple of laps to go before a puncture really sidelined him. For sidelining him, which was a bit of a shame, really, wasn't it? That in the end helped Hamilton to come through and win that one, because that was Hamilton's first race win, wasn't it, back in 2018? We've got. I must apologise. For. I've had some quick lessons from a Jochen on how to pronounce some of your names, but I probably will. Oh, we got rain, have we, in Azerbaijan? Oh dear. So this is an unusual turn up for the books. I bet you no one actually even thought about trying to race in the practice in the rain here. So this is incredible stuff. Wow, what a way to start off here. I'm not sure if it's a pass and shower, because look, there is a bit of sunshine trying to break through at the moment, but this is oh dear, this is not good at all, is it? So absolutely, oh dear. So I'm wondering how many people is this going to really cause any? Well, it's going to cause major issues, isn't it, for the drivers? As I was just saying, Jochen has just given me some very, very quick pointers on how to pronounce some names. So yeah, I do apologise if any of if I do pronounce it wrong, but yeah. We got a DJ just saying thanks for commenting tonight. Good job. George hadn't heard me yet, so it could all go a bit sour. On board then with Jochen at the moment, of course, driving in the Ferrari, and whilst he's on an outlap, he's on the intermediate tyres. Of course, there's no other tyre to be on, really. I don't think it's wet enough for the standing water out there, is it? Because because the wet tyres are only good enough for their standing water. At the moment, it is not standing water, so we're all good. I think the intermediate tyres can disperse 25 litres of water, compared to, I think the wettest can disperse 60 litres of water. That's incredible, isn't it? Just throwing it back up in the sky there, indeed. So whilst Jochen is on a lap at the moment, let's quickly go through the championship standing, shall we? Oh, I did save him somewhere. Oh gosh, where did I save him? Oh, this is not good, is it? Oh dear. Yeah, well, so as you can see, we're coming through the castle section right now. So at the moment, then after 3 rounds, at the moment, it's almost a perfect start for Fruitful Colt, who's basically on 76 points already. He is only 2 points away from having to max out. Of course, remember, you get points for fastest lap this season, don't you? So absolutely outstanding start. Really from a Fruitful. You could say that is a fruitful start. Incredible stuff there, as you can see that Jochen then just coming out of the final corner, out of the last breaking point on the circuit. Of course, then we got the navigation 17, 18, 19 turns there, flying through the camera there. So yeah, second is Rage at the moment, who's second at the moment. Then we got Thomas in a 3rd position, Jochen in 4th position. And then we got Alan in 5th with Jasper in 6th position. Then we were just watching 7th place man in the championship now, Jochen, who's done a good job there, nicely done there. And 8th position is a Smoker, Mr. Smoker, I think it is. Mike in 9th position, and 10th position is Eric. I think it's Epic actually, my bad. Anyway, just on board then, let's go around then with the Ferrari, the Scuderia Ferrari then. As we're on board with him now. As we've got Go War Rage, and of course War Rage then is doing very well in the championship at the moment, isn't he? So you can see we've got yellow flag floating around already. I'm wondering if that's going straight on. Oh, it is. It's a Red Bull, and it's the championship leader that's having a bit of issues at the moment. And now then is Yogurt then coming into, as you see, we've got no yellow flag out there as well in turn 1, and that's why that's Cohen who's gone right off the track there. And he's just trying to come back on the track now. But I think that this rain is probably absolutely. This has really thrown the spanner in the works, hasn't it, for all these drivers out there tonight? Because I doubt any of them, as I said earlier, he's got a problem with steering, I think, because he's just gone straight on again. There's a problem there for Cohen. For Cohen there, for Cohen there, he's in the Haas there, having a couple of issues so far. And that's Yoder has gone right off again, and I think he's damaged his front wing. I've seen an end plate missing on that Ferrari, I think, unless my eyes are deceiving me. No, this is absolutely, this is where it's really going to, this is going to really prove, just really test your metal, isn't it? So this qualifying session, it is not a traditional first for Q1, Q2, Q3. This is a one and done deal. This one is, so it's just 18 minutes for the drivers to sort out their grip positions. As Yogurt will be coming back in the pits now. I have no. Oh, he's carrying on. Oh, he is coming in the pits then. He is coming back in the pits. And there's Cohen also out on track at the moment as well. As keepers on. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. I've had a bit of the old man flu recently. Was that keeper going wild track there out of turn 16, accelerating Ray and the Rocket Williams, yellow flag in 2, and that's Hollander who is out of the race and out of qualifying. So just seeing where that is, that's a major blow already, isn't it? And oh, look at this. We're on board at the finisher, and he is going on the outside there of one of the. Oh, has he gone on the wall? I think he might have gone on the wall there. He's had a couple of issues, but he has set a time there. Keeper's gone second one, so it's a 50.8 so far. No, 54.8 for keeper at the moment. Then, yeah, yeah, it's an absolute. It's crazy start, isn't it, to the Azerbaijan qualifying session here tonight. Here comes Cohen then on the Haas end. Of course, Haas has unfortunately lost their sponsorship with the Rich Energy Company now, isn't it? To be honest, I'm not really sure how legit that company was. And that's a 2 minutes. So I think Cohen has had a couple of adventures around that lap. So he might have to go again. Here's the championship leader then. Fruitful then accelerating away. Coming out of the castle section now then. Here we go then. This is an absolutely fantastic blast then. Going there's a yellow flag into. This is going to be very dangerous in the wet, isn't it? It can be quite dangerous in the dry, can't it? Turn 15 where Vettel and Hamilton came together, accelerating away now, coming down to turn 60, a bit of a twitch on that Red Bull, and now this is where you need a good exit, because now you ain't going to touch the brakes until turn 1. That is it now then, so here we go then, accelerating up. Let's go on board with Fruitful then. How's he going to tackle this? He ain't even at full throttle, is he? Look at that, he's playing on the throttle then as he comes up to the start and finish straight now. He is not feeling at all. I would say he's not feeling comfortable. I don't think anyone out there is not feeling comfortable at the moment, are they? In these wet weather conditions at the moment. And what does Fruitful do is he comes across the line, and he is fastest. So he's done a 49.1 there. So that's a good margin already over Finisher, who is second at the moment in the Mercedes. I'm just watching. I think Jochen's on track at the moment. And here he is, Jochen now, and we're on board the Ferrari driver course. We've just seen his teammate Yogar having a couple of issues earlier on. So what can Jochen do in the Ferrari then? Climbing over the curbs and accelerating away. And now then, as you can see in the background there, that is a Toro Rosso, that is. I think that is a Mauki. I think that's Mauki. And now coming to the castle station now, the most narrowest part of the circuit, and probably the most narrowest part on a Formula 1 track. I'm absolutely stunned that we got a bit of rain here in Azerbaijan. Of course, I figure this is the only track on the calendar. Yellow flag in 3. What's going on in 3? Just taking a quick look. I think we're all good. We are all good. And we've got yellow flag in 1 now, actually. Oh, that's why it's a McLaren. It's Marco who's gone off the track there, and that's out of turn 2. And he's got a 5-place grid penalty for a collision. And that is a big blow there for. We got a 5-place grid penalty for Rage there. Accelerating away now is Jochen. Then coming out of turn 16, car 6 then is a Jochen. And what does he do then? Where is he aiming for at the moment? Then, of course, he is fourth in the championship round. Look at that! Look at that! He is correcting the car as he is powering out now. This is going to be very, very interesting as well, isn't it? Is the rain going to stop, or is it just going to be light rain throughout the whole session? And Yoka goes fourth fast at the moment in the Ferrari. There's a Toro Rosso behind as well, who I think has just started us out. Marco, who's down. Look at that, that's a lot of front wing gone, isn't it? He's also got a 5-place grid penalty as well. We only seen the end of that. Oh, look at Smoker there, very close there, Mr. Smoker was. Yogurt is out there as well. So is the Toro Rosso. We're going to stay with Smoker because he's almost finished. And here comes car 14 in the racing point, accelerating out of turn 16 now nicely. And oh, look at that! He's got a bit of a shake on, hasn't he? Coming out of turn 16 there. Really, that's going to compromise him going down the well, it's not straight, is it? But really, you need as much, but you need to not feather the throttle at all, do you, down here? Now does Mr. Smoker do as he comes across the line, which comes up fairly long way down the straight, and there it is. He goes full fast at the moment, just displaces Jochen, who's dropped down to 5th at the moment in the Ferrari. Dr. Steven is out there at track at the moment. Marco's out as well. Rage is just about to start us out. Yogurt's on the lap, so we're going to just stick with the Ferrari Yogurt then. Yellow flag in 1. I'm hoping it's just someone getting out of the way there. And yeah, as I was saying, this track is the only track which I think is below sea level on the calendar, isn't it? So yeah, I like that style. Yeah, I always say that every time we're here in Baku and Azerbaijan. Of course, the city of fire. Oh, sorry, the land of fire, I should say. And that is well howled, sir. Incredible stuff here from Yogurt there. I thought he was going on the wall there, but brilliantly howled. I think he got yellow flags there, just floating on the straight here. I think it's just someone just coming into the pit. I want to show do. He goes third fast at the moment, just behind finisher. Well, he's 8 tenths of a second behind the finisher at the moment. These times are quite spread apart because of the wet weather conditions, isn't it? Really, that's usually what you get, don't you? When because you can't follow drives very easily in the wet weather because the spray and stuff here really impedes your visibility, doesn't it? And of course, these cameras are a lot. The onboard cameras you see a lot more. And Malky goes 7th fast at the moment in the Toro Rosso. Dr. Steven there coming out of the final corner. Rage is also on the upside. We're going to stick with Doctor though. Here he comes then, and now he's straight in the car for the moment. So his teammate Fruitful is doing a well, it looks like he's in a different time zone at the moment. He's done a 49.1 so far. Everyone else is on the 50. Oh, and look at that! Did he touch the wall? I don't think he did. That was just a glancing blow. It should have kept it. No, it should be all right then. And we're just over half distance in this qualifying session already. It's flying by. And Steven goes 6th fast at the moment then. And oh, disqualified from the session is a flying finisher. Why's that? I'm wondering if he was trying to recover from a very. I think it's a hot. Oh, he's going to be down in 13th position. I wonder if he went deep into turn 1, and because of that, he was trying to come back out, and the game disqualified with him. And that is, well, that's a shame for flying finisher. He was 2nd on the grid, wasn't he? Now he'll be starting last, I think. So yeah, disqualification, and you can see, I think, I'm not sure if that's him rocking the car in anger or if that's just the car. Rage is going to come back in the pits as well. He's damaged his car as well. So you can see the wet weather is really causing all sorts of mayhem here. Got to slow down to 80 kilometers an hour. We will probably see that safety car out as well for quite a number of times here. On board DJ now, of course. DJ was in the comments earlier. Of course, he's now driving the Renault there, so hopefully he's not in the comments anymore. Hopefully he is on track, and I'm loving that helmet. Nice bit of purple and pink. And anyway, coming. And of course, there's no DRS in the wet weather conditions. Of course, only DRS is enabled after 3 laps, but that includes if you're on if it's a dry circuit, and this is not dry at the moment, is it? Anything but dry, really. So yeah, this is going to be. Yeah, this is going to be fairly. I'm like absolutely shocked. Incredible stuff. Well, I've never seen a race online in the wet in Baku. I don't think. No, I can't think I have actually. So incredible. Car 89 then. The Renault there accelerating out then, and now he's coming into the very narrow turn 7 and 8. And look at that, both fronts there. Yellow flag floating out in 3. Why is that? Just taking a quick look. I think it's just Jochen just coming back to the pits. I don't think anyone's in the wall as such. Anyway, DJ now coming out of turn 8 and coming out of the castle section now. This part of the circuit is absolute. You need a lot of bravery around here, and the rain has stopped. So the rain has stopped in this session. So this is getting very interesting indeed, isn't it? So is it going to be dry enough to go into the dry tyre? So what tyres are going to go on? If you start in the if you qualify in the top 10, you must start in the tyre which you set your fastest time on, unless of course the weather conditions are changed. So potentially, if you go into the top 10 on the inter tyres, then you can probably change to the dry tyres if you really want to. And we've also got hey, new commentator. Yes, yes. I know. As I said, I must apologise if I pronounce your names wrong. It's yeah. Jochen did try to teach me up in the lead up, but yeah, I'm a very slow learner, so it takes me at least a good month or two. You can see DJ goes 7 fast at the moment in the Renault, so that's a decent job out there. You got a yellow flag out there somewhere as well. We got a couple of drivers on outlaps at the moment. What's Yogurt doing then? Yogurt flying into the pits. Look at that commitment, incredible. So that Ferrari, of course, got to get down to 80 kilometers an hour. We got Marco, who is cruising around in the McLaren now. I think he's gone into the wall somewhere as well. We're just watching Keeper. There he is. You can see, look, no more raindrops are going onto the car, are going onto the chassis then. So this is where it's going to start dry. Is it going to be? We've only got 4 minutes to go though, haven't we? And I've just been. Am I doing this more often? I think I'm just a stand-in at the moment until because yeah, I think after you've heard me oh, we got a Taurus off in there, and that's Malky there. It's just gone off the track. Well, I think he was just coming back on. And yeah, keep it going through. Yeah, I'm just a stand-in at the moment as for tonight, because the Saturdays is usually, to be honest, is usually not a good day for me. But anyway, enough about me. We want to talk about the cars on track, don't we? And as you can see, then there is still too much. There's too much spray out there to even think about the dry tyres. We've only got 3.5 minutes to go. Yellow flag in one. I think that was. I think it was for the Williams behind. We're going to stick with the Williams tyre. Here comes Keeper then. Oh, he's in the... Oh, look at that. I think the rear end there just almost touched the barrier there. Has he got a puncture or anything? Let's take a quick look. No, he looks fine to us. So excellent. And you can see, look at that. The tail is really stepping out there, isn't he? He's really thrashing this car around. Absolutely fantastic stuff from Keeper. Really, he is having trouble trying to keep that car on the straight and now. Look at this. And again. Oh, wow. This is brilliant stuff, isn't it? Tell you what, if you that is just showing car control at the absolute maximum here. Back on board of Keeper. I've told us he's done magnificently well. Of course, that a car is not looking too keen, is it, to follow the front there, is it? The back end was trying to overtake all the way through that second sector, wasn't it? Now, and all he's got to do is plant the throttle down. I say that, he hasn't got to do that at all, has he? Because it's still a bit damp out there. You've got to be careful of those white lines. Oh, and look at that, again another snap over to steer, and again Keeper keeps out the wall. Brilliant stuff from Keeper. Absolutely loving this car control. But absolutely immense there from the Williams driver. And he comes across the line, and what does he improve? He goes up into 8 fastest then for Keeper. I must admit, that was a very that was a very on the limit kind of lap there, wasn't it? Dr. Stevens out on track at the moment. He's just started a time, and so is Cohen as well. So let's go with Dr. Stevens at the moment. 2 minutes to go. These guys have got to think about going out there, because look at the fast lap. They're almost in the 2 minutes. I don't think it's going to be dry enough to go into the dry tyres. Yellow flag out there. And who is that? I think it is just taking a quick look. I think it's no one. Fruitful's back out on track as well. Cohen is up in the third now. Decent stuff from the Haas driver. Back with Dr. Steven then. Of course, he's this is where he needs to be on track now. Everyone's on track now apart from DJ. And look at that, the car is just not wanting to turn in, is it? Very slippery. And oh, he's in the wall there. Did he down? I don't think he's got any damage there on the end plate. So yeah, just having a slight brush with the wall there. Soft tyres going on for DJ. I think that's a very brave call indeed. I don't think we're going to get onto the dry tyres, are we? As he's coming through the castle section right now. Yellow flag in 2. What's going on in 2? Just taking a quick gander up and down the grid there, and you can see then. Look at it. He's a 10th of a second down, isn't he? Stephen is the doctor. He's coming now down to turn 15. And those yellow flags floating all over behind Dr. Stephen, isn't he? So it seems like it was floating then, because we just seen a green flag out there for the marshal. Dr. Stephen then, you will have time for one more run. Of course, as long as you start your lap before the timer runs out, then you are allowed to complete it. Of course, when this first qualifying session came in, you wasn't, was you? Which was changed quite quickly, I think. And Cohen has retired from the session then in the Haas. He is third at the moment, so that's a decent performance out from Cohen. Is he going to be able to stay there? It's a question. Dr. Stephen is going to have to go again, because he's 5/10 of a second down. He's going again then. and we are counting down. This is the final countdown, and Fruitful is going quicker still, but look at that, he's got Rage in the front of him there in the red. Rage is on an outlap. This is not good at all for the championship leader. Look at this, but he's using the slipstream. Is that helped him or hindered him? I think it might have hindered him really. Yellow flag in one, and there's a drag race, isn't there? Down into turn one, and he does improve. He is improved. He's done by 700 of a second, and he's gone up the inside there. And at Rage, oh no, Rage has gone into. He was trying to go on the outside there, and I think that oh dear, so Rage hasn't got a lap in, so he will start 12th, depending on penalties, and that is disappointing there for Rage there, isn't it? He might be in a bit of rage as well. Just in a Williams there. I think that was a Williams just disappearing. And Marco is on track at the moment. He is hasn't set a time yet, so he can only get improvement. Dr. Stevens out on track as well. We got Yoka there, who has finished this lap, and Fruitful's also on track as well. Yogurt is finishes, and he'll be second. And that's the maximum he can start in. Smoker is not improving at all, nor is just on board Doctor. I don't think he's improving either. Let's just take a quick look. So unfortunately, we got finisher. We got disqualified for turns. I think it was a harsh disqualification. I'm going to guess in. Flagging 2 and 3. Fruitful is out of the session. They've got DJ, who's on slick tires, isn't he? That is way too early for slick tires. And I think that's just his AI. But unfortunately, with Stephen, and he's 2/10 of a second down as well. So I think that Stephen ain't going to be able to improve much on that. So as it stands out, Fruitful is on pole position. Yogurt is second. That's the front row. Third position is Cohen. Fourth is Jochen. Fifth is Mr. Smoker. Sixth position is Malky. Seventh position is Dr. Stephen. Then we've got DJ in 8th position. 9th position is Keeper. An eventual slap from the Williams driver. 10th position is Marco at the moment. 11th is Hollander. 12th position is Rage. Unfortunately, him and Fruitful were too close together on the track, weren't they? I think Rage tried to go on the outside of which didn't really help him out much, did it? And unfortunately, he's ended up in the wall. Marco hasn't set a time yet. He needs to get at least a 1:53.2 if he wants to improve his time here. Let's improve his position. Let's see what he does. This is looking a fairly decent lap. It is. It's a very good lap indeed. It's 4th position now for Marco. He has put himself up into the 2nd row of the grid, and I think that is good stuff from Marco. So nicely done in the end. So then, as we're just ticking down, then I think that is everyone qualified, and as we've got Ruben B. I love the Williams. To be honest, I think that I must admit, when I first seen the Williams come out, I wasn't really sure about the livery and stuff, but it has grown on me really. When I first did it, I thought it was a bit ghastly. And chance maybe Pierre needs to be driving that. And then we've also got. We've also got Lars to say I'll actually watch this entire thing. Oh, nicely done. I definitely wouldn't step away from the script dream or anything like that. Mark, does have a 5-place script penalty I forgot to mention. So let's just take a quick look at it. 1.2 seconds the gap is between Fruitful and Yoga. That's the front row. We got Cohen in third. Marco will take a 5-place grid penalty for his collision. I can't remember who it is with now. Jochen in 5th position, Mr. Smoker 6th, Malky 7th, Dr. Stephen is 8th, DJ 9th, 10th is Keeper, Hollander 11th, War Rage is in 12th position, and Finn is in 13th position. And Ruben said, that is me. And he's also, I had a dry setup, that's why. And he had oversteer. I must admit, it was a very great lap to ride on board with. I absolutely enjoyed that. That was proper edge to it. That was seam of the pants stuff, wasn't it? How he kept out of the wall was just unreal. I thought he was a goner a couple of times. It was absolutely brilliant stuff. Maybe a Leclerc-esque lap from earlier on today. Of course, if you haven't watched qualifying, I'm not going to spoil it for you, to be honest, but hopefully I haven't. As you can see then, the rain is gone. We got some sunshine here in Azerbaijan. I think it's 26 laps, isn't it, around here, I believe, or something like that. It's definitely in the 20s, isn't it? Well, obviously, but I think it is definitely 26 laps, possibly. So we're just waiting for the drivers. And of course, because everyone qualified on the wet tyres, the intermediate tyres, they are allowed to choose their strategy then. What tyres are going to go on then? We got the soft, the medium, and the hard compound range. Excuse me. Yeah, I got a bit of a sore throat. Anyway, yeah. So we've got the soft, medium, and hard compound range to decide on what tyres are going to do. So let's just take a quick look. Look at the options there. That's good stuff. Not everyone has gone for the same figure. As I've just turned the telemetry off. That's great stuff. We're on board then with Fruitful, who's had 3 wins from 3 so far. This man has had a Schumacher-esque start to the season. I'd say 3 out of 3 for Fruitful in the Red Bull. Maybe even Vettel-esque as well. Yogurt is second. He is on the front with Cohen is in 3rd position. We've got Jochen in 4th. 5th is Mr. Smoker. 6th is Malky. 7th position is Dr. Steven. 8th position is DJ. 9th position is Marco. He was 4th, but unfortunately got a 5th place grid penalty. Keeper is in 10th position. 11th position is Hollander. 12th position is Rage. I wonder if he is Rage after qualifying. And 13th position is Finisher. He might also be Rage as well. Hard Tars then for Yogurt then in 2nd place. And also for Mr. Smoker in 5th position. Soft Tires, so an attacking for strategy then for Hollander and Finn as well, so that is great stuff. 13 cars then around Azerbaijan. How are they going to be able to get through this castle section? It's going to be an absolutely jam-packed start into this race. And Yogurt getting a bit wild there in the background. This is going to be a fairly epic race, isn't it? To say the least. And I'm really looking forward to this. Of course, Azerbaijan is out of the first 6 rounds. I think that Azerbaijan is probably one of the most toughest races between this one and Monaco, really, isn't it, in terms of the official calendar? And I think you want to get the you probably want to get this one and Monaco out of the way, really, don't you? Well, I certainly do anyway. Of course, there is some drivers that actually do enjoy a street track race. Of course, Pastor Maldonado, the man, the myth, the legend, of course, who did drive for Williams way back when. Of course, he did a very good job. He used to love street circuits, didn't he? He really used to be a completely different driver in Monaco, didn't he? And then, but of course, he did win his first race in Spain. As we're now coming up then to the start to the finish line, then who is your prediction then for the race win? Who is going to get in the podium positions? Who is going to be able to finish this race? All these questions are going to be answered in the next 45 minutes time here around Baku. This is I think the 2nd longest track on the F1 calendar. So you've got to if you're going to have damage, then hopefully it's going to be a longer lap, isn't it, to cruise around. And I'm to be honest, I would say you're almost guaranteed to get damage, aren't you, really? Because this track can bite you. It's an absolutely fabulous track, isn't it? Formula 2's first ever race around here. Well, it's GP2 by then. It was absolutely a cracker, wasn't it? We're just waiting for the grid is formed up. We are now. Here we go then. The lights are on. When they go out, we'll be away, and we are. Go! And it's a good old start through, and I think as we're just taking a quick look at, and it's a great start for Yogurt. He's saved. He's already away. And cool. That's going to run out. He has run out of room there. The Haas driver has, and he's going to. I think he might have got damage there. He'll be lucky if he hasn't. He hasn't. That's incredible stuff from Coco in there, and you can see they're all flowing through then turn 2. And look at this. Coco, who was on the outside in turn 1, and almost had damages now. There's now lining up Yogurt for the battle for 2nd position. He's going up the inside. He is up through. He's got over. Oh my gosh, that's great for the racing there. And he is up into 2nd position. Got a yellow flag, and that's why we got Malky, who's gone straight off in turn 3, I think it is. On board then with Dr. Steven at the moment. So I'm just taking a quick look to see the position changes, and unfortunately Malky has dropped down a couple positions. Back on board then. Yogurt is oh no, it's still side by side and going into turn 2. Sorry, not turn 2. Where am I? I think now it's in turn 7 then, and he's through and he's back up into 2nd position then. On board. Oh, lovely shot here from the Haas driver then. Incredible how his wing didn't get damaged in the opening scuffle there. Jochen in 3rd position. Mr. Smoker 4th, but he's got a bit of a queue behind him. He's got a keeper behind him, hasn't he? And here it is. Oh, but look at this. DJ is now going to have a look there. No, not quite then. And then we've also got Hollander. Then we've got Finn, who is now flying as well. The Finn finisher is flying in 9th position. He's having a look. Not quite. Then we've got 10th position, Dr. Steven. 11th position is Marco. 12th position is Rage. And 3rd position is Malky then. Going for the complete lap 1. Fruitful is just is basically checked out at the front. They're already in this race. Incredible stuff. And that's a Williams there going. Oh my god. Look at this. DJ and the keeper are going side. Look at this. They're wheel to wheel. There will be wheel to wheel, I think, because look at it. He's gaining. Is he going to? And there's also a wheel to wheel behind. It's the Mercedes and it's Hollander. Look at this. Wow. Fruitful took the fast lap race. I'm just taking a look up in front, and I think it's status quo, is it? He is status quo at the moment then. And Mercedes, a finisher, is now... Oh, he's gone wide, and he's clipped the barrier. And that has allowed Hollander back in and up into... Oh, and he's done a switch back and that... Oh my gosh, and that was very, very late in the day, late in the dollar short, I think there. And now finishers drop back down to another position. And where is Dr. Steven? He's alongside him as well. And as they are coming up into turn 3, then this is going to get very messy indeed. And and look at that then. And you can see we only talked about tyres. Well, we talked about tyres in the war of love, but that's about it. There's we'll talk about the strategy in a second. Hollander is under a lot of pressure though. The Mercedes is all over the back of the Toro Rosso. Where is he? Oh, and then Marco's also dropped down because Rage is now up into is up to 12th position, 11th position, I should say. And we've also got battle going on the front there. Dr. Steven and Finisher are still battling it as they come into the castle section right now. And this is an incredible start then to Baku then fly. Oh no, they've got it through. That's a big old clump there, and I think that is that's a lot of damage there on one of the cars, and that is a Toro Rosso that is damaged in play. I think the Mercedes is alright. These cars are very robust tonight, aren't they? But unfortunately, I think that the Toro Rosso has had a clout too many at the moment. Then, as you can see, coming down. Oh, and he's got into the back room there as well. They're accelerating now. Then, as you can see that in the foreground, Keeper is through. No, then DJ is through. Look at this. They're going to go side by side then, and this is. Oh my gosh! Cut him off there, didn't he? DJ then. Oh, he was getting very concerned there. Now back to this battle here, and Hollander is. Look at this. He's got damage to the wing, and now Doctor is through as well, and behind is Rage and Marco, and they're also going to opposite. This is going to have to be Hollander. It's going to have to come on the pitch, surely. Let's take a look at the tires. He's on the soft tire, so it is not. Well, it is. It can't. Well, it could be a lot worse than that. A Renault DJ's got off, and oh my gosh, and oh no, and I think DJ is out of the race. He is out of the race, unfortunately. So I think a bit of frustration here on DJ's part. Oh, his finisher's gone as well, and he's gone into straight on it. Turn. Where is he gone? Oh, he's out of the race as well. Finisher's out of the race. He's lost 2 retirements in the space of 2 corners here in Azerbaijan, and finisher is out of the race as well. DJ and Finisher both out. War! And, Rage and Malkin are battling for 9th and 10th position at the moment now. Wow, what a start here to Azerbaijan then. There's all action all over the place here. And, so then at the front then, we have Fruity who leads the race in the Toro. Oh, and that's a cloud for Keeper. He has gone into the wall. He has damaged the end plate on the Williams. That is going to need a trip to the pits, I'm sure of it. Well, I was going to go for the race order, but unfortunately Keeper has had a couple of issues there with the Williams, hasn't he? And oh no, that's a huge. He's out. Keeper is out, and that car is in the middle of the racetrack. And they're gonna have to take evading action here. And you can see they've all seen him. They're all seeing him. Keeper is out of the race. That's 3 retirements, and that's 3 retirements on the 3rd lap. Wow. And it's been a very, 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 very costly lap, hasn't it, for drivers? That's absolutely incredible stuff. As you can see, we are now watching Doctor and Marco. Marco, of course, on the 5-place grid penalty, is trying to come back through the field. He's up in the 7th now. DR is enabled for the McLaren. Finisher stuff session. Doctor is on the inside. On the outside is Marco's on the inside. Doctor on the outside. Marco is through and up into 6th position. Doctor dropped down to 7th. So Marco is coming back now back up into 6th position. Remember, he qualified 4th before that 5-place grid penalty. And that's a big blow there for Dr. Steve. Well, it's not a big blow, is it really? Because there's still a long way to go. Rage is in the pits then. Rage is in the pits. He's coming in and out now. He's on the hard compound tire. The question is, he's going to go out in front of Hollander. So it's going to be a race then. Of course, he's on the pit lane speed limiter. Hollander is full blast coming down, and he is on the outside. He keeps left possession, and Hollander is through and up into 10th position. DJ is ghosting, so he won't get any points then, I don't think. Malky is in 8th position. Doctor is 7th. 6th is Marco. As Marco got the pace now to drop Doctor. We'll find out in just a few minutes. I'm just about to call him Doctor Strange then. Yeah, anyone an Avengers fan out there? And now, as you can see then, oh no, I think that there's a problem on Marco's car. He has damaged the end plate on the McLaren, and has he? He has. He's on the medium compound tire, so this could be this is going to be dangerous. This is going to be very, very poor for Marco, isn't it? And so this is absolutely oh, as we've gone to Smoker, who's in that 5th position. Well, he's on his own summit at the moment, so Smoker is. And yeah, that's big blow there for Marco, isn't it? As he's got through the traffic, so to speak, hasn't he? Fruitful sitting and fast on the race, they're flying out there, isn't he? He's really commanding this race, isn't he? So yeah, Marco unfortunately is you know, is he going to come in the pits, or is he going to stick it out? He is going to stick it out. Jochen's in the pits though. Is he damaged his front? He has damaged his front wing. Jochen has damaged his front wing. The Ferrari car 6 then is damaged his front wing then, so they've changed the nose, and he should be back out of the pits. He will be back out of the pits, so he's staying there. He'll be down safe, but he's on the hard tyre now. Is he going to be able to get to the end of the race on the hard tyre? That's the question. On board with Dr. Stephen then, and he is at the moment then, he is a second behind Marco. Remember, Marco's got damage. It's Dr. Stephen got damage. I'm sure I've seen an end plate missing on a car. It is. So it's I think it's as we were then. So both the cars have got the same amount of damage then. So this is going to be an equal battle, isn't it? Let's take a quick rain check of what's going on in the race so far. Lap 5 out of 26. Fruitful is leading the race at the moment in the Red Bull, 4.7 seconds in front of Yogurt, who's second. Cohen is in third position in the Haas. I think that after all the after turn 1, when he was on a very perilous part of the track, wasn't he? He's in third position. Mr. Smoker is in fourth position at the moment. Marco is in fifth position in the McLaren. Sixth position is Dr. Stephen. Malky is in seventh position. Jochen, who's just had a stop, is in eighth position. Ninth position is DJ, who's not in the race. War is 10th. And 11th position is Hollander as well. At the moment then, I would say then, so Hollander and War and also Jochen have stopped already. Are they going to be able to get to the race on the hard compound tyre from here? It's going to be a long old stint, isn't it? I think that's going to be a very interesting question. Keep it on those three who have already come in the pits, and everyone has now finished with the soft tyre, and now everyone is on the medium or the hard compound tyre then. And they're just on board with, look at that, look at the understeer he's got now, because of that, a little bit of, it's unreal, a little bit of end plate who's gone off the car, and he's just strong with the understeer, isn't he? He's, to be honest, these two are very equally matched, isn't he? It's, the gap has stayed at 1.3 seconds now for quite a number of laps, and now he's coming down into turn 1. So the front there is kind of the 5 seconds. The gap is now between himself and Yoga. They're doing a good job in second position so far. We got Hollander is also catching, and he's going to pass DJ's car as well. So now we've got so everyone who's left in the race will get a point then. So unfortunately did finish his race at turn 2, I think. Keeper had a big old smash, didn't he, coming out of turn, I think it was turn 11 and 12, wasn't it? It was a big old smash there for Keeper. He damaged his car. And of course DJ who spun it in turn 1 and then just left the session. So I think, you know, just very disappointed there, wasn't he, with today's events. So those are 3 retirements, and we've got 10 cars left, and this is now 20 laps. This is an endurance race now then. So who is going to be able to survive the streets of Baku then? Especially that corner there, the castle section is absolutely it can claim the best driver, didn't it? It claimed Charles, didn't it? Charles Leclerc in qualifying earlier this year in the Ferrari. And to be honest, that probably cost him a pole position, didn't it, that day? Because the Ferrari was looking absolutely phenomenal at the moment then. So Ruben B, I like your voice. Well, that's unusual. Not many people like my voice. So thanks, Ruben. Of course, yeah, it's unfortunate that Ruben is out of the race. I think. A bit of a shame, really. So it's ended so early. Just for staying with Dr. Stephen at the moment. He is now dropping away from Marco, isn't he? This is the closest battle on track moment. But look at the background. There's Malky. I'm wondering if Malky's now going. I don't think Malky's got damage to his car. In comes Cohen, and he's out of the pits as well. He's on the hard tyre, so he should be going to the end of the race, I think. Anyway, I'm not very good on strategies, I must admit. I just kind of when I do at league racing, which I don't do much anymore because of I'm usually like a mobile chicane, so you don't really want me out there. Cohen there is DRS enabled then, so DRS, because he is within a second in the car in front, he will be able to get the DRS activation point. And you can see that lovely onboard shot then with the Haas driver as he's now coming out of turn 3 then. So Dr. Stevens going to have to be more concerned about Cohen behind him rather than Marco in front. Marco's now back at the 4th. Currently then. So I wonder if Cohen's trying to go for an undercut here, but the problem is if you go for an undercut, the the field is still too bunched together, isn't it? So it's going to, it's not really going to help at the moment, because look at the amount of time he's losing behind the Red Bull. And it's no disrespect there to Dr. Stephen at all, is it? Because of course he's had a couple of laps on those medium tyres, so they're not going to be at their peak performance, are they? Cohen has just come out of the pits on those hard tyres, and he's just gotten warmed up now, probably around this time as they're now at peak performance. And now then, let's see. Now in the problem is though, he cannot. He's struggling because with the pace, isn't he? That Doctor, and look, oh, that's a big old corner cut, isn't it? But I wonder. I think it's because remember you get a lot of wash, don't you, when you're stuck behind under the rear wing of a car. These rear wings are very good. And if you're stuck behind a car, the slip on these cars are absolutely mega this year. The problem is though that it's also the same amount. Oh no, Dr. Stephen is in the wall, and now Cohen, this is bad. Oh no, they've been to the wall, and look at this. That is, oh dear, oh dear. And you can see then he's just dragging him on there. And yeah, Dr. Stephen has got a severe penalty there for causing a collision with Cohen, and that is Cohen's strategy completely in the and Jochen's coming around now as well. So Jochen's going to breeze through and back up in the 6th position, but that is completely ruined. Has he got damage? He will have damage. He has got damage. Dr. Stephen is in the pits then. So then, as you can see, they came together on the straight there. It's very difficult. And you can see he's got a penalty as well. Then, so he's throwing his penalty straight away. The Red Bull driver, and now he's in the pits. He's on the hard tires. Should get him to the end of the race here in the land of fire. And I'm wondering if there might be a bit of a fire burn under the helmet of Cohen there. Dr. Stephen coming out of the pits then, and he is on his way. So he is. I think he'd be last at the moment, Dr. Stephen, which is unfortunate for the Red Bull driver. But he is now stopped. He's got 5 laps younger tyre than Hollander, 4 laps younger tyre than Rage as well. What is Cohen doing? Cohen, yeah, he's got damage. Well, as you can see, Jochen's just gone by him as well at the moment. So, that was a shame, really, wasn't it? It's it all started when Dr. Stephen went into the barrier, didn't he? And then unfortunately, Cohen was just trying to get through. Wasn't he? And he just and they unfortunately come together on the back straight, which is very, very difficult. It was very, very difficult. It really is. Just taking a quick look. As you can see, as Ruben just said, without front wing damage, I could have had a great race. It's such a shame. Large sad, enough incidents. Stupid. Why, Stephen? Don't go for a gap if it isn't there. I think the football is definitely. I think the finger's being pointed at one driver there, isn't it? But anyway, coming back then to Cohen. As you can see, we're on board with him now. He's 1.5 seconds back then. Jochen is now really gaining on Malky in the battle for 5th and 6th. And remember, Jochen is on hard tyres and going to the end of the race. And Fruitful is still out there at the moment, and he is a yellow flag. Oh no! Oh, that's Malky who somehow has had issues on the exit at the entrance of the pit lane, and he has come back in. But that is a big blow for that Toro Rosso driver. And he's gone. That is a lot of damage on the front wing. I think there's no front wing at all on the Toro Rosso, is there? So that is a really shame there for Malky, and he is coming to the pits, and he's going to be on the hard compound tire to the end. That is a lot of damage on that nose cone. So you can see then, so that's a new wing ready then. This is going to be, so usually the pit stops around here is about around 2 seconds, 2 to 3 seconds, isn't it? Where wing changes now, it's almost doubled, isn't it? It's now 8-9 seconds, isn't it? And he's gone wide as well then. But he's coming out. Dr. Stephen is out at the pit, is out in front of him, and he is up into 9th position. Dr. Stephen is. And he is gaining now on Hollander as well then. So Dr. Stephen is gaining on Hollander then in the battle for 8th position. And so this is going to get very, very interesting indeed. Just taking a quick look at the comments again. Ruben saying you can't overtake in those corners, no. And he's also saying this isn't a boring race. It definitely isn't, is it? I must admit, it's great old fun, isn't it, watching these? Unfortunately, well, Charles, we don't really like seeing accidents, do we? Well, I'm not sure really. It depends on what your motor racing is like, what you enjoy. But well, it definitely isn't a boring race. It's by a long shot. Lap 10 already out of 26. We've got 16 laps to go, guys. So yeah, we've still got a long way. At the moment, Fruitful is still out in front. Oh, Hollander's in the wall in the castle section. That's a huge amount of damage on the wing there. And Hollander is going to come back to the pits then. Dr. Stephen did a great job there for not going into the back of the Toro Rosso driver. Oh dear, it's the castle section is really causing all sorts of issues. Now it's Dr. Stephen. Now let's go for it. And well, nicely done there from Hollander. Just let him through. Oh Oh no, it wasn't anymore, because look, that's a Red Bull end plate is gone as well. And I'm thinking there's a Taurus on the background that's just clouded that wall. Turn 15 there, infamous for the Hamilton in the Vettel incident. It's going to be infamous for these guys as well. They've unfortunately gone to wall. I think that the turn 50 might be Dr. Stephen corner. You can see, look, that's a lot of damage on Hollander, so they're going to have to come back into the pits now, isn't they? As, or are they? That's going to be the question. Is he going to be able to wing it? So Dr. Stephen is staying out, but in the pits is Hollander, so he has come back in the pits now. What tire is going to go on? He's got 16 laps. Is the medium tire going to be able to get to the end from here? We'll find out, won't we? Well, the question, no, we'll find out if he throws on the yellow mark tires. Ruben said my accent in the castle was better, less damage. So yeah. Towards the castle section is really causing all sorts of problems there, isn't it? I know that is medium tires going on for Hollander. Is he going to be able to get? And is there a delay? There's a delay, isn't there? There is a delay because of the front wing there. He is out of the pits now. He's done. He's now going to go. Is he going to be able to get to the end on those medium tires? He is going to be quite quick there. So we'll find out what Hollander can do then later on. Then so then back at the sharp end of the field. Then ooh. So at the moment, Fruitful is leading this race by 5.7 seconds. That's a good old gap, isn't it, from Yogurt, who is second at the moment. Smoker is in third position. He is almost, look at that, he's 25 seconds behind Yogurt. The front two are in a league of their own at the moment, aren't they, out there? Then we got Marco, who's moved himself out to full position. Jochen is up in the fifth. Remember, Jochen is already pit, so he's going for an undercut here. So potentially he is going to be a thorn in the side, isn't he, later on in this race? Cohen is also stopped as well. He will be a thorn, as is Jochen, even though he has damage, doesn't he, Cohen? So that might cause some issues towards later on at the end of this race. Rage is in that seventh position. Good stuff from Rage. Of course, he's done 7 laps on those hard tires. He's home to go to the end. Dr. Stephen is 8th at the moment. He's at 23 seconds back from Rage. Malky in 9th position. Now 10th is DJ, who is not in the race. So at 10th position will become Hollander when he gets by then. And Ruben says, you should do all the races, you're good. Thanks. So I can't take compliments, so yeah. It's yellow flag free because, oh no, that's Malky, who is out of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. That is such a shame for Malky, so he is out. And we got a Taurus there through them. Where is he? We're just on board with him, on board with his teammate, I should say, of Hollander. I'm wondering if it's is it? They're coming in the pits, is it? Just taking a quick look. I wonder if it is in the pits. So that's interesting there. So we've had 2 crashes in the pits. 2 Tauruses have had issues in the pits, haven't they? So yeah, that's very interesting there, isn't it? It's normally in Dutch. Well, yeah, you don't hear my Dutch. George, I struggle to speak English, to be honest. So we're back on board then with Yogurt at the moment. He is just about to lap Hollander at the moment. So Hollander is unfortunately look at it. Oh, very close there, and Yogurt cuts him off. And blimey, oh boy, gosh, we've seen a lot of races before, haven't we? Where some drivers haven't given the room, have they? Of course, they're just driving into the back of them. I think Malaysia comes to mind. I think it was Vettel, wasn't it? And a Carter Kane back in 2012. In that incredible Malaysian Grand Prix, of course, where Sergio Perez came on the podium, almost won that race as well, didn't he? Oh, did he hit the barrier there, Joker? I'm not sure. I think he might just give it a glance and blow. I think he did. He's all right. So he's carrying on. He's 60. He's lost it. He's down up to 6 seconds. The gap is at the moment between Yogurt and Fruitful. So, but remember, Fruitful has to come in the pits. So in the not too distant future, Yogurt is going to try and stretch. Oh, stretch out. That's a wing off. That's a wing of Yogurt off. And oh no, so that's going to really blow his strategy, isn't it? Oh dear, Yogurt is having all sorts of problems there at the moment. Oh dear. So this is good. Look, you'll see in a minute then of how much steering input he's going to put now. This is going to be a lot of understeer, isn't it? Fruitful's carrying on. No, yet he's in the pits then. So those medium tires done 11 laps on the Fruitful's car. So that's a good old stint. He's going to go onto the medium tires to the end, I believe. So that half distance, and that should be more than enough, shouldn't it? So yes, he's in the pits. He's in and out there. Great stuff. Yogurt's got a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings as well in the Ferrari. Of course, as I said, the front two are in a league of their own at the moment, aren't they? So Smoker is too far back. There is a Renault who is not scoring points today, unfortunately. DJ, as he retired earlier on in the session. So Fruitful is now on his way And so then you can see, then look at the gap at the front. That's incredible, isn't it? Absolutely domination between these guys. Marco's in the pits end for the McLaren team, so they're going to have to pit. They're going to have to sort out the. So they're going to start out the front wing. Jochen's got up in the fourth now then, so Jochen, of course, has made a stop. Then he's going to do an awful lot of laps on those medium tyres, but is there going to be enough? Now, car 6 then, getting his wing changed. He is now going to be on his way. There he goes. He's on his way. So that again, he's doing exactly the same strategy as Fruitful at the moment. Fruitful is 10.9 seconds behind Yogurt, but Yogurt has still got to stop again, and he's got damage on that front wing as well, which is going to cause all sorts of understeer, isn't it? You know, I tell you what, Cohen's doing a great job actually in the fifth position. He's damaged his front wing and he's hanging on to Jochen, which is no small feat. Either, is it? He's a very quick driver, Jochen is. But you can see then the front, but the Ferrari driver is now 3 seconds in front. He's already Fruitful's already taken 4/10 of a second out of Jogger in the first couple of laps alone in this race. So he's really hunting down Yogurt now, isn't he? If Yogurt didn't damage his front wing, this would have been a lot more interesting, wouldn't it? In terms of, oh, look at that lovely action shot. This would have been a lot more tense, wouldn't it? But the question is, what is Yogurt going to do? Well, he's going to come in the pits, so this is a lap early, isn't it? Well, this is more than a lap early, really. This is a lot earlier than what he wants to do. He's going on the medium tyres, so he's going to go to the end of the race there. I was wondering if he's going to try and get onto the soft tyres as the Ferrari mechanic is in our way. Lovely shot of the Ferrari mechanics going to work. Car 24. Accelerator went on nice. We've also got a nice close-up with the Ferrari helmet. Excellent stuff. So he's in and out of the pits now. He's on the medium tyres. He will have these tyres will be quicker than the hard tyre, but is he going? Can he make a dent into Fruitful? Is he going to push Fruitful into a mistake? So far, Fruitful has got 3 out of 3 wins, hasn't he? He's just been on the planet of one so far, hasn't he? Dominating. Jochen is back up in the third now then. So remember, he's got to go to the end on those hard tyres. So he is looking at a podium at the moment. Will he be able to get anything else out of this race? I'm not sure. That's a Force India, which is taking a very long time to come out of the pits. Now he's coming out of the pits, so I don't know why the racing point was holding him up there, but he's now out of the pits now. Rage is now up into 5th position. He has already stopped as well, so technically he doesn't have to stop either. This is getting very, very interesting indeed. We're on board then with Marco, and looking forward with Mr. Smoker, who's just come out of the pits. Mr. Smoker is on the medium tyre. Marco's on the hard compound tyre. And now they're coming down the back straight there. So after those round of pit stops then, I don't think anyone else needs to come in. But of course then the question is whether the tyres will let them come in, won't it? So then let's take a look. Lap 14. Fruitful leads by 14.3 seconds from Yogurt in second. Jochen is in third position on the hard tyre. Cohen fourth. Good job. Fifth position is Rage. Sixth position is Smoker. Marco is in 7th position. Dr. Steven is in 8th position. Hollander is 9th. That is the 9 runners left. Retirements is Finn, who's out of the race. Also Keeper out as well, unfortunately, as is Malky, who crashed heavily in the pit exit. Pit entrance, sorry, and Fruitful set the fast off the race, and of course DJ, who left earlier on. So let's just take a quick look. And yes, of course, as Ruben said, he's Dutch, not English. And to be honest, and which the next race is, of course, yes, the next race is in Spain, isn't it? Of course, the first European race. Well, it depends if you want to call this one European or not. I don't really call this one European, to be honest. Let's stick to the traditional, of course, in Barcelona, a fabulous track, isn't it? Barcelona is. Of course, there's a lot of rumours about it being, it might not be on the calendar next year, but it has been confirmed. He is back. It will be back on the calendar next year, along with Zandvoort as well. I'm not really sure about Zandvoort. To be honest, I must admit I'm actually happy that it's back on the calendar, because the Dutch fans have been absolutely mega this year, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how the atmosphere is around there, because of course I think that Austria has been brilliant, Belgium's been brilliant, I think Germany as well, they have their own stand. Zandvoort, though, it's going to be to us, I think that there's a lot of questions about where it's going to be where it's going to be difficult to overtake on there or not. But to be fair, what I do like about Zandvoort is the fact is there's gravel traps, and I do love a gravel trap. So yeah, I don't like these tarmac runoffs at the moment. And yes, of course, Ruben has confirmed it's much better. Spain is much better than this circuit, and it is. Ruben said Zandvoort is small and narrow. It is. I think that is one of the concerns, isn't it? On Zandvoort is small and narrow, and it might be a bit difficult to overtake around there. But no, I suppose we can see what it is. I mean, you know, to us it'd be great to have a Dutch Grand Prix return on the calendar. So I think Max Verstappen probably does deserve a home Grand Prix. He's been fantastic, hasn't he, since joining Formula One? Really has. He's I do love his driving style as well. It's a very attacking approach, isn't it? And unfortunately, I think he's ruined a lot of people's careers at the moment, isn't he? Poor Gasly and Albon. So yeah, really, it's really unfortunate, really. But to be honest, so I think that if you're not, I think Verstappen's a very special talent, isn't he? Really is. As you can see, then just Marco is now 1.2 seconds back. So he is keen on this Smoker mode. Smoker's got the medium tires on, so you'd think he'd be quicker, but not at this stage at the moment. And Ruben said it'd be all orange. Yeah, it will. So to be honest, it's gonna be the Orange Army, isn't it? It really is. Yeah, Austria and Belgium was absolutely amazing. I'm looking forward to seeing what the atmosphere like in Zandvoort. Zandvoort's going to be absolutely mega, I think. It is. Yeah, but yeah, the young concern is about the track itself, isn't it? But it's being small and narrow. And yeah, they are, as Lars said, that they are reworking the track, so it's better for overtaking, which is a breath for a fresh air, isn't it? Zandvoort. I just hope they don't take away and don't like sanitize the track too much, because yeah. Because to us it is a bit fearsome old track, isn't it, to drive on? And Ruben is yeah, as Ruben just said, it's very scary to drive on it on course there. So you can see, and look at this, Marco's now under a second. You know what that means? We got DRS is going to be in effect coming at the start. Oh, and I'm not sure. Did Mr. Smoke go in the wall there? I'm not too sure. He might have had a glance and blow there. A lot of these drivers have had a glance and blow here tonight, haven't they? So we got 9 cars left with 10 laps to go. Fantastic stuff by everyone involved here. And to be honest, so it's lovely Billy on board footage here from Marco in the McLaren. Really, really beautiful stuff there. I'm enjoying that footage. Excellent, excellent indeed. And you can see that Yogurt then has done a 141.8 so far. So he's now starting to really, he's going to put some pressure now on the race leader of a Fruitful Coot. But we're keeping on that. But I think for now, let's stick with the here and now and the present. And that's Mr. Smoker, who's going to have to really start to think about his defence, isn't he? Because Marco is coming up behind him 3 laps. He's been on these hard tyres. Mr. Smoker's been on 2 laps. Those medium tyres are fresh, but it looks like Marco does have this pace advantage. He's got the momentum, hasn't he? DRS, he is just inside DRS, isn't it? By like I think 400ths of a second there. That's how close he was outside of DRS then. And now then it's going to be very difficult for Mr. Smoker to shake Marco off his tail, isn't it? Got a bit of debris there on the outside of turn 1 there. That shouldn't be too much of an issue. So Fruitful has started to respond to Yogurt's challenge there in the battle for the lead. Back on board with Marco, and I'm loving the purple and green helmet. Lovely stuff here, of course, in the McLaren. And he is very close to Mr. Smoker now. How's Mr. Smoker going to respond? As I said, he does have the medium tires, so potentially he is quicker, but it's very, very difficult. As I said, it's very difficult, isn't it, to once you get in DRS to escape it. DRS zones is the start-finish straight, and also on the back straight as well between turn 2 and 3. Turn 2 and 3. If you go for a chance in turn 3, you need a lot of cooperation from the driver in front. Now this is going to be very tough, isn't it, for Mr. Smoker? How is he going to be able to respond then to the advances of Marco? This is going to be very, very tasty indeed, isn't it, as we come into the final stage of the race then. And Yogurt's back in the pit. The Ferrari driver's back. He's on the soft compound tire. He's damaged his front wing. Yogurt has been pushing, hasn't it? Is it going to get Jochen through here? Yogurt is powering it straight now as he's in and out the pits. It's half a second between Marco and Mr. Smoker for the battle for 6th position. Where is Jochen? Jochen is now just coming over the start finish straight. I think Yogurt should be alright. He's on the soft tire, but that has thrown away a slim chance of winning this race. Fruitful is on course for 4 out of 4. Absolutely great stuff. So just rejoining this battle here, and now Marco, look at this, and Mr. Smoker doing a good job there, parking his car in the middle of the track there. No, boy, he's going to the wall there. No, he isn't. Marco there just taking a wider line then. Now Mr. Smoker's going to have a couple of issues, isn't he, as now he accelerates out there. DRS enabled again then. Lovely shot from the side part of the McLaren. Beautiful. Beautiful indeed then. And you can see, I think Mr. Smoke is too far back. As we said earlier, turn 3, you're going to have a lot of consistency. He's gone. He's in the wall. Oh, no, Marco had the pace, but I think it was the wash on the front of the wing. He lost control. He got sucked into it, and that is a big blow there for the McLaren driver. Marco is, unfortunately, I think that's his pace advantage gone, done and dusted. Oh, what a shame there for the McLaren driver, isn't it? I'm wondering, as he, let's see if he's able to keep up the pressure there. But he's lost 2.3 seconds already, but that's probably the momentum. Let's see what he does now. Because he's very cautious going through the castle section, isn't he? As accelerated away now, that's a shame, isn't it? Well, as Ruben just said, Ricardo's is disqualified. Ooh, is that from Singapore? Is it, or is this someone's nickname on here? No, that's going to be a massive shame if it is Ricardo's been disqualified from Singapore, because I think Ricardo was he's one of the top. Both rounds were nicely in the top 10, weren't they? Ricardo, and it was very good qualifying there for both McLaren and Renault, wasn't it? I think Ricardo was 8th in the end, wasn't he? So that's going to be a big blow for it. So he's going to have to start from the back of the grid if that is the case. But I think I've just read that through. Maybe I've got the complete wrong end of the stick there. Marco is dropped back to 3.6 seconds now. So I think that battle might have petered out. One battle which I've been keeping an eye on is Rage and Cohen. Of course, Cohen has damaged his front wing. He's done a very good job. He's done a lot of laps with that damaged front wing, and he's done a very good job to carry on going. And the question is, though, is John going to be able to keep going? Because I'm not sure about these soft tires. He's going to be able to do 8 laps around here. That's going to be interesting, isn't it? So Fruitful still leading this race. 35 seconds to gap is down. He can afford another pit stop with those hard tires are not performing and come back out still in the lead. Yogurt is second. His teammate Jochen is on 3rd position then. 4th position is Cohen, but he is coming under a lot of pressure now from War Rage, who is in 5th position at the moment in the Renault. 3-second penalty. Oh, this has got very interesting indeed then. So War Rage doesn't technically have to overtake him, but does he know that? Is Jeff going to tackle him about that? To be honest, I hope not, because I would like to see a fight between these two, and to see who is the better man on track. Mr. Smoker is now in 5th position. He's 5 seconds back from this from Rage. Marco is dropping back now. He's 4.5 seconds back. I wonder if he might come in the pits, throw a set of soft tires on, and try and go for an extra fast at that point, if he can. Dr. Steven is in 8th position, and Hollander is in 9th position. It's on those medium tires. That is the classification. Unfortunately, got 4 retirements so far in this race. And Yogurt is the fastest lap race. Of course, you get a point for if you're in the top 10, you get a point for fastest lap. So that would be 19 points for what Yogurt's on at the moment, which is great stuff from the Ferrari driver. You can see he's pulling away from his teammate there as well. So brilliant. As you can see, then there's you can see it's down to 2.4 seconds of gap is now between Rage and Cohen. So this could get very tasty. Is he going to be able to do it before the end of the race? That's the question. And there is the Haas driver. Here's the Renault driver accelerating the way down nicely. He's not in DRS yet. You have to be within a second behind that DRS to make it to get the DRS. Of course, the rear wing. It's like a letter envelope. Is it a letter envelope? Like a letter box. Of course, it just opens. You can see there's also a pink car in the background. That was Smoker, and he is 5 seconds back at the moment. But I don't know whether he's got the pace or not to get on the back of these guys. We should see. So Rage are on board for now. Look at this very smooth stuff from Rage, isn't it? Brilliant. And the gap is now down to 2 seconds. Well, under 2 seconds now. It's at 1.9 seconds. Excuse me. I don't have a bottle of water there because I'm suffering from a sore throat. So a bit of the old man flu, isn't it? Look at that, it's down to 1.6 seconds. Rage has got the bit between his teeth, hasn't he? Cohen is going to have to be very wary now of the Renault driver, isn't he? Because Rage, he doesn't want to lose his end plate. He doesn't want to. Unfortunately, Marco who had the bit between his teeth a couple of laps ago on Smoker and didn't end up too well. Rage, is he going to be able to keep it out the walls as well? Look at this. You see he's tinkering about with the earths. We haven't even talked about the earths. Of course, this track is very hungry earths, isn't it? And you look at that, as you can see, then we've got War's teammate there, who's unfortunately has got a Red Bull there as well. Now that you can see, lovely shot here of the Renault, but you unfortunately can't see the steering wheel much, so we can't see what he's doing. But you can see then. So look, he's got no ears now, has he? So he's harvesting ears. A free sale penalty for fruitful there, and but that shouldn't affect the result, I don't think. Even though Yogurt is really pulling away from his teammate now, isn't it? It's 11.7 seconds. So remember, Yogurt is on 16 lap owed hard tires. That is the most. Well, I would say that's most, but no, then Rage has got the most at the moment in the Red Bull. Sorry, Red Bull in the Renault. You say I'm going to be very popular at all, am I? With Sir Beatball, of course, after Red Bull and Renault's spats and splits towards the end of last season. But I must admit, the Honda Park has been absolutely great stuff, hasn't it? And there's a Toro Rosso in the background there. No, then it is a Toro Rosso, isn't it? I think there's a Toro Rosso. Yeah, it's a Toro Rosso in between. Lovely shot through the castle section there. Really all on the limit there. 1.3 seconds the gap, isn't it? Oh no, he's got a bit too tail happy there. And that might that's going to cost him a bit of time. How much does it cost? It's cost him 0.2 of a second, 0.3 of a second. It's cost him 0.3 of a second overall there for Rage. So that is a big blow. He's lost a bit of momentum there, hasn't he? In the Renault, up in front. It's down to 32.9 seconds. Then Yogurt is, so he's flying on the soft tires. Those soft tires going to last. Keep it on Yogurt as well, because Yogurt might come back at him, because those soft tires might fall apart towards the end of this race then, and the gap has gone back down to 1.4 seconds. This man is on the mission wards at the moment. There's his target. You can see the gold and black horse, and one of the best livery cars on the grid, in my opinion. I love the colour. It's absolutely magnificent, isn't it? And now you see, look, taking a very wide line that rages into turn 1. I think I also noticed Cohen doing it as well. It's a lovely on-board footage here with Rage, isn't it? You can see he has got a bit between his teeth, making sure he doesn't touch the wall either. He's just outside of DRS there. Very close. I think he was just under a 10th of a second outside the 1 second zone there, but he will be in it. If he carries on this momentum, he will be in it now. Cohen then, he's done a great job of driving with that wing issue, but unfortunately he's going to he's now with 4 laps to go. This is going to be a very difficult time for him, isn't it? Remember, War has got 18 lap owed tires. That's a phenomenal stint, isn't it, for the Renault driver? Brilliant stuff. Yogurt is the only man who's done more laps on his hard tires, but those two have done a brilliant job of keeping them together really, and in the range which they need to be in. As we're coming into the final part of this race now, and I'm really enjoying on board with Rage at the moment. Look at it, lovely part, lovely bits through this where he got a bit Larry last time, so much more composed, but unfortunately he is now up to a second yellow flag into. Oh, that's why Smoker's gone into the wall, has he? And look, there's a McLaren. This is back now, and he's alright. He hasn't damaged the cover. Now Marco is going to be all over the back of him, and the question is, he needs to strike now, because he's been struggling, hasn't he, since damaging his car. And we're on board then with Marco, and yeah, Mr. Smoker, I think then he just, oh, look at that, I thought he's going into the back of him there. Very close to the back of him there, very, very close indeed. Wing damage here is terrible. It is, isn't it? And you can see then there's unfortunately we've got a lot of drivers driving around with wing damage at the moment. They're doing a phenomenal job, aren't they? And then you can see then, look at this understeer, and this is just look at that amount of input you have around here when you got wing damage, all tire wear as well. DRS is enabled though for this driver. Rage and Cohen is still battling. It's under a second again now. I don't think Rage got the DRS that time around though. And so a Smoker there just gone right there into the castle section, and really has opened the door back on his rival for this race of Marco. But Marco just as strong to have turning, isn't he? But those medium tires done 9 laps. They might be starting to get past their best. They should have enough. Though to get into the end from here. Anyway, Batter's back here. Look how close they are now. That's the closest they've been all through this race then. Through this period then. And Rage is doing a great job there, isn't he? And look at the background, and that is a Toro Rosso. He's been gaining on quite steadily in the last couple. That's remember he's on the soft compound tyre, isn't he? And so this is the battle then. 4th and 5th position. Look at the sun there glaring into your eyes as they come out of the castle section. Marco is now dropping back to a second behind the Smoker then. And what is it Rage doing? He's also dropped a second back as well then. He's really struggling. Into the pits then comes the race leader. And I think he's going on to the soft compound top. Rage there, getting very close to the wall. So yeah, he's in and out of the pits then. and he's got DRS as well then, so he's gone for fast up. Also, and oh, Yogurt's in the pit as well. That is going to be very close indeed. Is he going to go in front of his teammate? This is interesting now. So we've got a couple of extra stops there. This is a duel for fast up. So we've got a couple of laps for of qualifying runs here. So Yogurt is coming in and out the pits now. Then his question is going to be in front of his teammate. I think he should just be able to. And he is. Yes, he is. And you see, there's his teammate behind him as well. So Yogurt out in front of Jochen. And now, so status quo, but he's on soft tire. He's on the fresh tires as well then. So yeah, Marco is still hanging on gamely then to the Smoker. And I wonder if Smoker, we said he didn't have any damage there with the issue in the castle section, but he's lost a bit of momentum now, hasn't he? I wonder if he's trying a bit more tentatively now, isn't he, after that issue? A couple of laps to go. Of course, remember, you need to get to the end still, don't you? We got 9 cars left in this race. You don't want to throw away any points now. Mr. Smoker definitely doesn't. He's on 8 points at the moment. Rage wants some more points. He wants to increase his points by 2 and go up to 12. So you can see back on board Rage, and this has been a slow burning one, hasn't it? I think Rage is saving up for a absolutely final assault then to the end of this race. And of course, and I definitely agree with Lars in the comments. This is a thrilling end to this race, isn't it? The 2 leaders are now dueling out for fastest. Oh no! Oh no! He's getting put on the power. Those hard tires are really struggling with traction, aren't they? And again, it's just like up here in turn 9. I think it was a couple of laps ago. He put on the power, and the back end stepped out. Didn't it for race? But yeah, this is a very tense ending to this race. We got 2 battles for 6th and 7th, for 4th and 5th, and we've also got a battle for the fastest lap as well between the 2 front runners. This is fantastic. Look at him. He's all over the back of Mr. Smoker. Mr. Smoker is really struggling. He's lost the momentum, hasn't he? I think has he lost his confidence, or do you reckon, or is it there a problem on that racing point? He's done 10 laps on the medium tires as well. They're also probably coming to the end of their life as well. So well, this is going to be absolutely fun stuff towards the end there, isn't it? And you can see then there's Rage is now in DRS, and we can see he's too far back. You can see the Ferrari in the foreground there of Jochen. Jochen is only 3 seconds away from this battle, which I'm quite surprised of how close Jochen is to this battle. I wonder if Jochen might have just turned the car down. And now Marco's not turning the car down at all, is he? He's gone on the outside. He's gone on the outside. Mr. Smoker's on the inside. He's got to go the long way around, isn't he? Mr. Smoker's gone wide. He's in the wall. Does a big amount of damage into the racing point. And now Marco's going to go on the outside, is he? Yeah, the Smoker has damaged his car. The momentum's all with Marco, the McLaren driver. Now they're coming up onto the second DRS zone as well. This is going to be a momentous lunge if he's going to go for it. No. He was gaining on him, wasn't he? Well, we'll come back to that in a minute, because look, he was got about. We're on the second to last lap of this incredible Azerbaijan Grand Prix. This is going to go right to the wire, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, I hope you got your popcorn ready, because this is going to be a fantastic. And now Fruitful has got the fast lap. Remember, he's only had fast lap once in the first 3 races, hasn't he? So I think that's the only chink in his armor at the moment, isn't it? But that might be because the strategy hasn't let him. But today he's got such a big momentum, big margin. He can do that. But this is a great battle for the fast lap. It's a great battle for the few points left. Look at that, it's down to 2.7 seconds. Jochen is really struggling in that Ferrari, isn't he? And I think that he should be alright. Now there's also and look at this, the hard driver Cohen is really struggling. Back on board with Rage then. He is not even turned up to 4. Now he's turning up to overtake. Look at it, he's gaining. He is through. He is up into 4th position. He passes Cohen, and he is now in 4th position. Good stuff from Rage. Really good, solid lap in there. Very well done there. Consistency and mega stuff from car 19. I know, Phil Cohen's going into the wall there. And we've now rejoined the battle then. We're on the final lap then of this incredible Azerbaijan Grand Prix. 9 cars remain in this race. Marco is now, I think Marco is Marco is too far behind at Smoker at the moment. Smoker had a Larry moment this time last time, didn't he? He went into the wall there. And I think that is the battle done then. And now the race leader, Fruitful, didn't really have much on the stream, did he? But he's had definitely a fruitful race, hasn't he, from the Red Bull driver, and he is now powering up to the line then. And Fruitful is going to go for 4 wins out of 4. This man has got a stranglehold on this championship at the moment. Incredible driver for Fruitful, and he wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant stuff. Just take a quick look to see what's going on with this battle here. Well, they're still fighting, aren't they? They're still fighting indeed. So we're keeping on that. Here comes Yogurt, who is 37 seconds back. And I think he'll be. I think that maybe he might be rueful as he damaged the front. He damaged his front wing, didn't he, earlier on in the race, which really. I think might put pay to his challenge overall, because he's on an alternative strategy, wasn't he? Yogurt was. But he comes through and he finishes in a very, I think we might be after his second in the end today. So Fruitful gets the fastest lap pole position, and I think he's also, no, he hasn't. I was going to say he had the Grand Slam. I don't think he has. And you can see, so Jochen in third position in the end. Good stuff with penalties. No penalties at all so far. War in fourth position. Great driving from War there. Brilliant stuff indeed. Cohen in fifth position. 23 laps for War and for War and Jochen on those hard tires. Who is going to be sixth and seventh? Smoker on board with now. He is in the racing point. He is in sixth position, and he comes across the line, and he is going to get sixth. Marco is seventh position, and Dr. Steven is going to come through in eighth position, who I've been calling Dr. Steven Strange for most of the race. You can see, oh, lovely shot here of the Baku city. Hollander is in ninth position, and of course DJ retired, as in Malky, Keeper, and Finn. Just watching Dr. Steven there coming through then to pick up eighth position. What a drive there from Fruitful. Pole position, fastest lap, and the race win. Brilliant from the Red Bull driver. That's 4 wins out of 4 now, and he's picked up 2 fastest laps in those 2 races as well. And Lars just said, thanks for the commentary, mate. No problem at all. No problem at all. My pleasure. I hope you all enjoyed that race. And I tell you what, these guys put on an absolutely fantastic show towards the end, didn't they? I don't think Fruitful had much knowledge about it, did he? Absolutely fantastic stuff from Fruitful. Really dominating this, didn't he? And he's got big old stranglehold, hasn't he, on this championship? This is looking absolutely fantastic. Both Ferraris though, second and third there, good strong podium there for both Ferraris in the end. Maybe again Yogurt might have been a bit rueful of what might have been. Let's just take a quick look at the final classification then from round 4 then, and look at the lack of penalties right here. Fantastic stuff. Fruitful from pole position to checker flag. Great stuff. Yogurt second in the end, then he had an extra pit stop that might have cost him in the end. Jochen in third position, War in fourth. Great drive from 12th to 4th. Amazing stuff. Cohen in 5th position, Smoker in 6th position, Marco 7th. Remember, he had a 5-place grid penalty. He did originally start 4th, didn't he? Dr. Steven 8th position, 9th position is Hollander. Retirement is DJ, is Melky, Keeper, and Finn. So thank you all for joining us tonight. It's been an absolutely epic race. Remember, next week we are back in Europe for the first European race in the season, which is in Spain. So yeah, that's a very old technical track, isn't it? So you need to have a good car set up there, don't you? But yeah, it's been a pleasure, and I really enjoyed this tonight. Absolutely great stuff. Yeah, hopefully this league goes from strength to strength. Absolutely fantastic stuff. But for now, for me, it's goodbye.